So, hey guys, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about something that I've done recently, which is I've been doing some stocks, y'all. Yes, I have been checking out some stocks, and it's not something that me personally I was taught as a kid. It's Black History Month, y'all. Y'all already know the struggle and the stories of many of us, West Indian, Caribbean, everybody, Black people. We have had the struggle. A lot of us, not all, but a lot of us do not know anything about stocks and stuff. But lately, with all the rise and talk, about stocks, it has opened up a lot of our eyes. So this is something that I have been looking into. So, if you're new to Cash App, this is how it looks, and I will definitely put a link to Cash App down below. So, you guys, if you are new, you want to get started, go ahead and do your thing. I have the link down below, or you can use my code so that you can go ahead and sign up. And so, this is where you would go to do stocks, or if you want to do Bitcoin. So, I've done a little bit of both. So with the stocks, this is how much I've invested so far. As of right now, it is going up. It is after hours. So I wouldn't actually be buying anything right now, but I can kind of show you how the process goes. So this is what my portfolio looks like right now, but to be honest, I might sell some of these things because I don't want to have so many. But another thing that want you guys to realize, which I'm learning, I've only been doing this for a couple months now, so I'm actually learned a lot now that I'm really focused on it, and I really can see that you can really make money with this stuff. Like, I'm really been going ahead and looking at videos. So this is not like a tutorial or anything fully. This is just kind of me showing you like some of the stuff that I've learned and some of the stuff that you guys can try, or if you have tips that you've learned along the way, you can definitely put it in the description area so that I can check them out as well and look into it. So these are some of the ones that I have. We're going to start out with the positive ones first. These are some of the ones that I have. And so right now, I recently got some of these, like Ford. I recently got that one. It's moving up. I actually had to go ahead and sell this one because when I initially got it, it was actually doing pretty bad. So I bought it back on Friday. It was 10.72 at the time. So I ended up selling it because it was going down. That's when I was still kind of looking into stuff, and just over the past few days, especially over the weekend, that's when I was really like looking at a lot of videos and just kind of looking at things. And I was realizing now that a lot of times when you hold, you can actually, even though it drops, it will come back up most of the time, especially if you're doing like long-term goals and not just day trading or things like that. I do have to learn, or I would like to learn more about options and things like that. But for this particular platform, I don't feel like it's that necessary for me to learn. I really do like Cash App because it's very easy for somebody who is not really into like math and, all this technical stuff. And I don't really know a lot of the terms and things like that. I feel like this is like great for dummies. This is like investing for dummies 101. No offense to anybody, including myself, but I think you kind of get what I'm talking about. So then I went ahead, and as you can see, I bought it for $10.40. So at that time, I was able to get, it looks like I got like close to one share. So right now, I've actually been going back up. As you can see, it's not a whole bunch, but it is something. I did gain 41 cents. And I do feel like they are going to be going a lot more, because if you look right here in these little sections, they do have like articles that you'll be able to see and things like this. So they're doing different types of partnerships. Some of them are from like a day ago. So you can see like the buzz that they're getting. And that's how you can also determine like, okay, this one, even though it may have it may have gone down at some points, like here, it will go back up. And the best time that I've learned to actually purchase these things is at the lower price, when it goes down, when it's on that dip. I saw a great video, which I'll try to see if I can link it down below. The young lady, she has like a lot of energy and stuff like that. I've watched a few of her videos and I recently subscribed, but she definitely has some really good information on these types of things. So Apple's another one. This one is like one that you can have for like a long amount of time. I will definitely be adding more money, but a whole share would be $134, but I got a fraction of a share. So I got pretty much this amount that you see right here. And so far I've gained 48 cents. And you can go ahead at any time and you can just continue. Some people, I've seen them do like $1 a day, or sometimes they do $2 or whatever. And that helps them to get like a portion without putting like YOLO and buying a whole stock, and then you never know what's going to happen. So you just kind of got to go with your amount of money and what you're comfortable with. And also another thing that I've seen is, you got to make sure you do your research. Don't just get it because somebody else has it or somebody else is doing well, because they might have gotten it when it was at a low point. And then if you're getting it at a high point, you're not going to have the same results as them. Because I've seen somebody that I know, they got someone that I'm going to talk about shortly, where they are doing pretty good, but me, I'm in the negative. So it's like, hold on, what's going on? Plug Power is another one that I had gotten. And I bought it, and I just bought, like, once again, a little fraction of a share because I didn't really know how this one would turn out. I wasn't really too confident in it. So, but when I did initially buy it, it was going down, but now it's starting to go back up again, which is great. So, my little dollar is getting a little something. Even if it's 1 cent, it's still good that it's in a positive direction. Now, if I would have gotten a whole share at $64.25, then it probably would have been even better. That would have been a nicer reward. So those are the things that you have to think about. So like with Moderna here, this is another one. I think I had bought it and sold it a few times. Or was it Pfizer? It might have been Pfizer. No, actually, yeah. I did buy it back in November for I bought $1 worth. So as you can see, I've been doing this probably since late last year. So it's definitely been a few months, not many. So I still have a lot to learn, but it's been a few months. JetBlue is one that I just recently got, and I'm happy. I just needed to get more shares or something, because I know initially when I looked at JetBlue, it wasn't doing too well. And something that I've had to learn as well is don't buy it on off hours. And so that was something that I did with quite a few of them. Was I can be a little impulsive or impatient. So I'm working on that, you guys. But this is a good way to say don't be impulsive or impatient, because sometimes I'll buy, like right now, it's 6:32 p.m. and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm looking at them. I'm like, oh, it's on a dip right now. But it's not going to actually buy until 9:30 in the morning, and anything can happen. So I'm not even up half of the time at 9:30 in the morning. So if something is happening and it takes out my money, and it's soaring at that moment, I'm going to be ending up losing money. So it's good to at least wait a little bit when it opens, see what's happening, and then go ahead and purchase. And I just had to tell myself, okay, you gotta wait. Just chill out, sit back, and stop losing money. Okay, do it the right way. And these are some of the other ones that I have. Two of them that were doing really well is Tilray, and AMC was doing really well. Nokia was doing well for a little while too, but that that changed quickly. So you definitely got to be careful when you hear things as well. Sometimes something will soar, but obviously you want to get in on it. You pay more, and then it drops, and then you lost money. So that's the part that I'm learning. You can't just listen to everything you hear. With Tilray, it's been doing well for quite some time. Right now, what I've been doing is I'll just get a little bit at a time. But my total investment was $14.02. I got one whole share, and now I've gained $16.82. So this one's actually my best one up to date. I would definitely like to see more of that happening. With Tesla, their price per share is expensive. It's $8.72. I mean, that's kind of high for my blood. Maybe for some people, that's like chump change, but for me, that's a lot. So I only got my little $3 in here, but I did make $3.88. So, I mean, you making something off of, I wouldn't say off of nothing, but off of a small amount. I pretty much like more than doubled my investment. So Tesla's definitely a good one to, do your research and look into. Kronos Group is another one that I recently just started getting into because I've realized that cannabis is really starting to soar. I actually have a few cannabis stocks that I've invested in. So this one I got like a whole stock at the time. Right now the prices went up to $11.35, but at that time it was only $10.38. So I have over one stock right now. Let's see what else is pretty good. And Aurora Cannabis. When did I get this one? I got this one on Thursday. So I got this one last week, and when I got it, the price was at $11.47. Now it's went up to $12.70. So as you can see, I got me $1.21 gain. So, something, like I said, is better than nothing. Now let's go into some of the negatives. Some of these actually just went into negatives as of like right now. So with Planet Fitness, that was kind of an impulsive buy. I did that one on off hours. So honestly, I don't even know why I got that one. I'm gonna sell it most likely. I hope I don't regret it in the future, but the price for that one is actually relatively decent. It's $73.48, but I definitely didn't want to get a whole share, and I'm happy I didn't. And that was one that I did on off hours. So, yeah, that wasn't the best idea. Sally Beauty was another one. I kind of feel like I want to hold this one. I'm thinking about getting a whole entire share, but because I feel like people are going to start. Like Sally Beauty, I've worked with them before. I've bought things from them before. Usually I feel like maybe holidays, they'll probably go up, Valentine's Day and things like that. So I don't really want to let this one go. I feel like even though this was an impulsive buy at the time, and I probably should have really looked and seen what the market was looking like, I only invested $2, but I'm thinking about actually doing a whole share because I feel like it has the potential to go up. But it hasn't really gone up much today. In a week, you can check that. It went up to it hasn't really gone up that much, to be honest. So not even in a whole year. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't buy a whole share now that I think about it. Might not be the best idea because it hasn't really gone up that much in a while. So yeah, the next one that I recently got was Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's, they've come a pretty good, decent way. They were at $4.87 in March, and now they're all the way up to $33.87. This was another impulsive aftermarket buy, so I might have purchased it at the wrong time. Yeah, so right now it's like it's going down, but remember today is while I'm filming this, it's like a Tuesday, so it definitely has potential to go back up, and they're opening restaurants on February 14th. So I think that, I'm actually going to buy some more of this because I'm pretty sure that this is most likely going to go back up. But y'all can let me know what y'all think. So yeah, another one is American Airlines. It actually had a huge boost the other day, and then it just kind of started trickling down. And I bought a whole share at the time, and it was $16.92, but now it's down to $16.59 per share. And this was just another one of them impulsive, but it does have the ability to go up. Like last week, look at this, it was at 2042. So I can definitely end up gaining. But it's kind of been steady in the 16s for a couple days. So yeah, but it has had some time where it's been a little bit higher, like at 20. So it has potential. It definitely has potential to come back up. I think it's been one of those that have been fluctuating. Let me talk about, I'll talk about this one last. Virgin, that's another one that I just kind of recently got. It's actually doing pretty well, but I think I got it at a bad moment because it was another one of them impulsive. See, and that's why I've learned that I can't do the whole impulsive thing because it's not a good look. But I feel like this one's another one I'm going to hold. Almost wanting to get a whole share, but because they're about to do some like space stuff on the 13th or around the 13th, so this can skyrocket even more. So yeah, that's like that's something that's probably gonna go up. Nokia, this was one of those that really went up. It's been very volatile, and when I purchased it, it was at 480. Well, actually, I purchased it and sold it and purchased it again. When I initially purchased it, I bought over one share and it was at $7. I sold because I saw it losing money, repurchased at a lower. I did like a day trading. You can't do much of that on here. They do have strict rules, but I was able to do it, and I'm still losing because it's even lower at this time. Like it's a 453. So this is probably one of those I should have just did like $1 and I might have been doing well. But then again, once again, if it would have been at a high point, it would have still kind of had the same effect. So yeah, we'll just see if it goes back up. This was kind of like a fluke, to be honest, because this one really wasn't expected to do well. Because like Nokia, who's been talking about Nokia? You know, it was just kind of like a what? You know, it could have been something that they just kind of put out there to throw people off. Who knows? But this is another one of those cannabis, I believe. No, this one's about natural gas and things like that. This one I bought a whole share, but the price went down a little bit per share. I think I had bought a whole share at the time. Yeah, I did. But yeah, it kind of went down. So yeah, I didn't necessarily lose money on it. As you see, I actually gained 17. It's just right now, as far as the percentage of my daily percentage, it went down. But let's see, we can sort this different ways. You can do my daily return and it'll show you how much money you actually got. You can do my total return, and then you kind of, this is the one I usually have it on, is like my total return. That way I can see my positives versus my negatives very easily. So yeah, most of them, General Motors, I feel like they are going to blow up so good, like very, very soon. So I think this is another one I'll probably add money like when it drops again. So I'll kind of check on it tomorrow and see where it's at, and I might be able to add some more money. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because I got Ford, so I feel kind of confident in Ford. I have like a whole share in them. I've seen a lot of people, they just pick like maybe their top 10, their top fives, and they kind of stick with those. I mean, to each their own. I don't want to put too many because I don't really want to get overwhelmed at having to look at so many and kind of track them. But another one that I really wanted to talk about was these two. AMC has been super volatile. Like, there's been so much media about AMC. I mean, it was another one of those, wow, the underdog is winning right now type of things. It has its drops and it has its rises. Right now, it is, I still have a gain, but the other day, my gain was like at 11. I probably should have took out some of my gains. But now it's back down to $2.80. I mean, I'm still gaining, but it's not as good as it was the other day. But I am going to be adding more, you know, little by little for this one, because I do feel like, and I did get a whole stock at the time. Neo, this is one that it's been like it's been giving me a little bit of anxiety, just a little bit, because this is one that I probably put the most into at one time, which is $55.77. And yeah, it's like it's been like going up, going down. This one has been super volatile. And it's initially when I did it, I think it's because I did it at $57 and it wasn't at a drop because I didn't know about that stuff. But now I feel like I got a little more knowledge on it. So now I kind of would have done it differently. But then again, I even did go ahead at some point and I sold it and I repurchased it at a lower amount because I was almost at my initial time when I bought it. It was at $58.99. So I'm like, all right, let me try to go a little bit lower and see. And it's still kind of doing the same thing, but I have hope because as you see here, it says, the sales soar to start 2021 after the 2020 boom. So there are things that are giving me hope. So I do feel like it will go back up. So I'm not too worried about that one. Beyond Meat was doing very well, I believe, last week. So I decided, yeah, let me put a little dollar in there, get in on the action. But I don't know. Like now it's kind of like losing a little bit. I mean, it's not losing a lot, but still, I hate to see negatives because I'm such a perfectionist. But yeah, that's how mine is looking right now. That's a little look at like how to sort, my total investments for each over time. And yeah, like how much I'm in here, I'm up in here, y'all. I'm doing it. Let me put it back to the way that I like to see it. And the last thing that I was going to talk about just really quickly, these are the ones that you can actually follow. It's super easy to do that. Like I did go ahead and I had some of these, but some of them I sold them, like Spirit I had, and I sold it, or I canceled. I was actually going to purchase it today and then I changed my mind because I'm like, I don't know about this one. I kind of was looking at it and I was like, I don't really see it like doing too much. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it right now. Penn Nation, that's another one that I was thinking about getting. But when I saw the price, I was like, do I really want to get this one? I don't know. And then these are some that I actually just put on today after doing some research. Was like Alphabet, Cinemark, White Petroleum, Overstock, Lending Tree, 1-800 Flowers. The whole thing, they be getting people flowers and stuff like that. So, and I feel like it's a lot of things coming up. So that could possibly be a good look. And it's only $28.74. I actually was going to do my impulse buying and then I changed my mind. But I mean, these are pretty much the ones that I've been looking at and kind of thinking about, but I'm not too sure. And this is another one I had was Pfizer. I've had Sorrento, but this one was just like crashing, so I just sold it. Inovio was another one. It really fluctuates so much, but the price is so low that it tempts me to get it. But I'm still kind of looking at it and thinking about it. Plus, it hasn't really gone up that much. So it's like, even though it goes up so much, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Hopefully, I don't miss the boat when it does. Novavax is another one. That it's been fluctuating a lot, but then again, the price per share is so much that yeah, I probably wouldn't even do it, to be honest. I had Lemonade and I kind of sold it, but I only had like $1 or actually $2, but it was doing bad, so I just was like, I don't want to add it to my portfolio and have it all clogged up when I don't really care about it. So it's like the ones that I keep are really the ones that I care about. I kind of really don't care that much about Virgin Galactic, but I have a good feeling about it. That's why I don't want to sell it, and I'll actually probably get more. Just because of that. Like, I have a good feeling about it. But yeah, that's how my portfolio is looking. Once again, I have my Cash App I'll put the link in the description area so you guys can definitely, if you want to start investing, like I said in the beginning, and I've said many times throughout this, do some research, check, make sure you get it when it's low. So that way, when it gets high, that's when you'll be actually getting some money. And there's different methods that you'll be able to do. You can do dollar trading, you can invest the whole thing. You can do day, but that not really too much on Cash App because they have limits. And, at the end of the day, I hope that you make a lot of gains. All right. Let me know your stories and let me know your advice or tips that you have as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And also like this video if you like these types of videos, because like I told you before on this channel, I'm going to be doing a lot more things, and the hair is going to be so mainly like 90% on my new channel, Empress Hair Looks. So here I want to add a lot more different things. And if you haven't checked out my review channel, I do have Some More Love Real TV where I do reviews. I'm going to be adding Married at First Sight over there because I love that show. And I only have like one person that I talk to about it. So I want to have the whole community of YouTube to talk to. So yeah, that's Some More Love Real TV. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Happy gaining.